So, as I was saying, as you're sitting, you can notice the difference in the quality of mind that arises when the palms are up versus down. So down may actually quiet the mind if anybody's feeling like their energy is quite high. And up, turning the palms up, may help to keep the mind a bit more alert. Okay. And I'll start off just by leading us through some breath practice. We'll start with a boxed breath. So take a deep inhale. Gently hold it. And exhale slowly. And again, deep inhale. And as you hold this inhale, as you retain the breath, bring your awareness perhaps to your lungs. Can you find the bottom of your left lung? And exhale. And we'll do that again. Deep inhale. Gently hold it. Perhaps find your heartbeat. And exhale. And as we were talking about the trees, remember that every inhalation that you take is the exhale of all of the trees on the planet. Right, this beautiful give and take, offer and receive. And you can clearly do whatever you want, keep your hands where they are. But what I'm going to do now is take my hands and put them into the Tai Chi Mudra, in which the thumb webbing comes together. My left is over my right. You can have left over right or right over left. See what your body is telling you. And for the next few moments, we'll practice skin breathing. Right, drawing nourishment and chi from the air around you as you inhale. And then exhale, offer it back to the tree. And don't forget about the earthly doors, draw up on the pelvic floor. The heavenly gate is open. That's the crown of the skull. And you can press the tongue behind the teeth at the roof of the mouth, the magpie bridge. Simply offering and receiving with your breath. And perhaps you can consider that as you exhale, as you offer, you can also emanate a mantra with that. And notice what arises in your mind. If your mind begins to wander, as it will, bring it back to your breath and your heartbeat. As you draw in the breath of the trees, perhaps you can also draw in their wisdom. And take another deep inhale. And exhale slowly, slowly. If your eyes are closed, open them and perhaps allow the room or wherever you are to simply emerge. And just notice light and color, shape and form. And then you can release the mudra. If you had your hands in the Taiji mudra, turn the palms up. Feel the energy of the heavens falling into your palms. And then turn the palms down. Feel the energy of the earth. And then bring the hands down to the human. The precious human rebirth. You know, I remember years ago when I was on a Qigong retreat, and Thomas, who was my friend and teacher, reminded us that, you know, a maple tree, for instance, isn't sitting out there thinking wishing it was an oak tree. Right? It simply just is. And I was reminded, I'm just going to share something with you and then we'll get up and start doing some movement. But I was reminded of in this kind of communion with the trees of an experience that I had many years ago, in which I was doing kirtan with Nina Rao. I don't know if you know who she is. Beautiful, beautiful singer, and she sings with Krishna Das. When Nina Rao and myself and my other friend Carla were doing kirtan, and it wasn't the Hanuman Chalisa. Oh, it's so close. It's like at the tip of my tongue. But anyway, we're singing and I saw the three of us, right, as sitting, like this vision emerged of us sitting beside a riverbank wearing these red cloaks, and we had crowns upon our heads. And as we sang, we got older and older and older, and until we became bones. And the bones went down into the earth, and the song went down into the earth. And then the reeds sprang up and brought the song with them, and children came into the reeds and they heard the song and they started to sing it too. And that's I think that's what it is, right? When we hear the song of life, you know. So hi Phyllis, nice to meet you. You're muted. So we're gonna do some movement now. Did anything? So what came up for me in doing mantra is in that moment was very just simply and clearly, may all beings everywhere be free from pain and suffering. And I found for me, like, that's a beautiful mantra to just allow the mind to return to again and again and again, you know, especially during the day when the monkey mind kicks in and says all sorts of really not nice things. Anybody have any thoughts or questions?
I have I don't know if any of you are familiar with sensory deprivation float tanks. Well, I have the exquisite opportunity. I have one at my work, so I get a nice discount on it. So I've been using that. And the last time I was in it, yeah, I've been kind of going deeper and deeper into my subconscious every time. And the last time was my favorite because I was focusing on mountains, and then I was the mountain and trees were growing out of me. And it was this kind of really harmonious thing where it just felt like, I was providing to them, and I don't know how to explain it. It was really cool.
No, I know exactly what you mean. I mean, I've said this before, but you know, when we remember that we are infinitely connected, right, with all of life, you know, and when we choose to make that conscious connection again, and literally draw in the breath of the trees and return it to them, it's beautiful. And also because trees are never assholes. They're not like, they're just not, you know. So they're a form of refuge. I think we lost Phyllis on that one, but they are. It's a form of refuge. You know,
I've actually had a really negative experience with trees, but that's a little bit too wacko for me to discuss while being recorded. So I'll discuss that with you another time.
Yes. All right. Well, let's come and stand, and we'll do some movement practice. Oh, where is the? Uh-oh, hold on a sec. The floor clock. Okay. So start off with your mountain. Let me realign this. feet are together or hip width apart, right? And take a moment again to align the body, organizing it, perhaps spreading the toes out. Find the arch of the right foot and the left. Extend the crown of the skull up. Like literally, notice how you can literally like press the feet down, extend the crown up, and get some space in between your vertebrae. As we inhale and exhale. Perhaps bring your awareness to what you hear in your right eardrum and your left. Connect to the energy rising up through the earth and down through the crown of the skull, the spiritual needle. Inhale. Exhale and release the mudra. Step one foot out to the right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and expand. And again, inhale. Exhale, expand more. Right? Allow the sky to begin to enter through your fingers, wrists, elbows, in between the space between your shoulder blades and your ribs, right? Feel the sky kind of slide down in between. In between each vertebrae, all the way down to your hips. Horse puppy. Inhale and reach up. More, maybe the heels come up off the floor. And then exhale, begin to bend down. And jump up and release. And we'll begin to shake it out. Here, let me let pup out. Go on, pup. Right, and as you do this, and I say this because I'm doing it, but just notice where things are stuck, right? So maybe the ankles feel tight or the wrists. Right, releasing tension in the jaw, puttering the lips. And as we've done in the past, right, kind of methodically coming down from the crown of the skull all the way to the toes, and we'll tap. Find the crown of the skull, notice how it feels tender. Running your hands in along the scalp, feeling the meridians, pathways, rivers of energy coming down the sides of the throat. Right, we started doing this in which we're opening and draining lymph and then coming back up. And you can even feel it start to drain down the side of the throat. Here's the animal interruption. So 2 fingers along the sides of the nose. I don't know about you guys, I know we're all in different places, but the flu is crazy in New York right now, and COVID is still everywhere. I definitely have found that this practice is preventative. You can run the thumbs into the top of the eye sockets. Press the heels of the hands into the ears and then release. Do that about 8 times. Gently pull on the eardrums. Not the eardrum, sorry, the earlobes. That would be really interesting if you could pull on your eardrum. But notice as you do this, how you open the eustachian tube. Allowing fluid to drain, circulate through the body. And the sides of the throat again. And then you can reach back and kind of like you're picking up a cat, grasping the muscles of the neck. And you may even notice how at the occiput, right, where the base of the skull, some people get a lot of tension right there. There's in fact sinus cavities in the back there, and you can start to tap. And then even cupping, so cupping the forehead and the occiput. And the sides of the skull. Coming to the chest. Noticing again your lungs, right? Notice perhaps the right and left feel different. This is quite useful in breaking up any congestion. Abdomen. And then the top of one leg. On the foot. And then the other. Coming up the backs of the legs. And the hum sound that I'm making is also useful to break up energy that is stuck. Coming up, doing the top of the left arm or the right, the leg. And the inside. And I know that for some of you that you're familiar with this practice, but there may come a time when someone and care about deeply is experiencing some dissociation, and all of these practices are really useful for bringing us back into the body. Releasing the wrists and the shoulders. And I like what Mary was doing, is opening the shoulders, spinning. Don't forget about the earthly doors and the heavenly gate. Yeah, notice. And then let's pay a little attention to our kidneys, especially as we're going into the winter months. So what we're going to do is take the hands. Before you actually bring them together, I know you're going right into it, but notice as you get closer and closer, you start to feel the heat of your own hand. And what we're going to do is utilize our breath to increase that fire and that heat. So what I'm doing is closing the back of my throat and using what in yoga is known as an ujjayi breath, an ocean breath. So I'm going to inhale. And as I rub my hands together, exhale. And again, inhaling. and exhaling. And now what I'd like you to consider is consciously drawing the energy and the fire of the heart into the palms. So inhale, exhale, and you can still feel the heat getting stronger. Yeah, one more time. Inhale, exhale. Bring the hands to the lower back, lift the chest. One more breath. Inhale, exhale right into the kidneys, directing the energy with your breath and your mind. And do that again. Making fire. Inhale. Hands to the lower back, lift the chest, exhale. Find your adrenal glands. So I encourage you, we'll do that one more time, but I encourage you to consider doing this with your eyes closed and really utilize your connection to your body with your mind. Yeah. One more. Inhale. Hands to the lower back. Exhale. That was super cool. I could feel the heat actually flowing into my kidneys, underneath my palms. Yeah. So we'll keep doing a little bit more of shake. So we'll freestyle. Right? Notice, oh God, where energy is stuck. Release it right through the gross anatomy of the body, like shaking and moving, but also with your breath. And just kind of begin to slow it down a little bit. And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just pause, stop. Come back to your mountain. Look inside, notice where energy is moving or not moving. We'll draw the hands around, step the right foot back to the left. Fingertips facing each other, palms facing the earth. Hands coming down into the Taiji Mudra. And feet extending into the earth, crown of the skull, open to the heavens. And then releasing the mudra. So I would like to lead us through 3 treasures, kind of a nice little warm-up practice before we go into Taiji ruler. Also, because 3 treasures, it has a forward fold, and I find that that's quite useful, especially for some lower back problems. Yeah. So we're going to step out to a horse stance, and the horse stance can be deep or more shallow, depending upon how you want to practice today. In your horse stance, notice, so right now my feet are kind of like falling outward and I don't want to pronate. So I'm going to press on the big toe of each foot. And that energy alone, just pressing onto the big toe, energy begins to start to move upward. Okay, I'll have my hands, that's it, Anna. Hands are in the ready position. Turning my palms up, inhale. When my hands get right here about chest height, roll the shoulders back, palms to the sky. Exhale. And again, practicing photosynthesis, drawing light and energy into the palms, into the entire body. Inhale. Exhale. Press outward. And even when you think that you can't press anymore, press a little bit more. And then inhale. Exhale, expand through the fingers. That's it, Lorraine. And notice as you do that, as you expand through the fingers, touching the sides of the room with your fingers even. Right, the arms engage. So right now, every muscle of the body perhaps is engaged. Inhale. Exhale, fold. If your hamstrings are tight, put a slight bend in your knees. And for one moment, like really let the head hang. Allow it to lengthen the neck. Right, the weight of your head will begin to lengthen the cervical portion of your spine. And then from here, inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, begin to draw the earth into your body, nourishing yourself, nourishing each organ. Slowly, slowly. Right, like a tree does. And again, rolling the shoulders back, hands to the sun. Inhale. Exhale, pause. Inhale. Exhale, straighten and press out. Inhale. Exhale, expand. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, gather the earth. Slowly, slowly, draw it into you, feeding your intestines, stomach, liver, spleen, pancreas, lungs, heart. Roll the shoulders back, hands to the sun, and pause. Literally catching starlight with your hands. Inhale. Exhale, press out. Inhale. Exhale, expand. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, roll up and pause. And then from here, inhale. Step the right foot back to the left. Hands come down through the Tai Chi Mudra. So the three treasures, as you all know, or perhaps as a reminder, is the earth, the human, and the heavens. That which sustains us. Hold on one second. Sorry, my daughter is home and wanting the cat. No. Okay. That's Juliet. Juliet, sweetheart, please close the door. Guest appearance. So the amazing thing is being able to just drop right back into practice, right? Feeling my feet extend into the earth and the crown of the skull up. So we'll do Tai Chi ruler. So, and I think it's been a little while since we've done this practice. So what I'm going to do is release the mudra. I'm going to turn my left foot out to be at a 45-degree angle, and I'm going to step my right foot forward. All right, so from sideways, it's just like this. It's a very gentle, simple movement as I just heel and toe. Yeah. And you know that moment when you walk into water, whether it's a lake or the ocean or a pool, and you simply just start to kind of feel and acclimate. Okay. What I'm going to do is do that, but what I'm doing is feeling the chi that's all around me. If you're comfortable, again, you can close your eyes or softly just lower your gaze, but feel how you can create eddies around you as you do this. And in fact, how we do this all the time with every thought and action. Right? As we simply move through time and space. So now, we're going to come forward. So the weight is on the front foot. My back heel is up. I'm going to cut my palms. And as I inhale, drawing them up and out. Inhale. Exhale. And you can think of possibly consciously drawing out any toxins, impurities, and putting them forward to disperse into the earth. Inhaling. Exhale. All right, you can go slowly, slowly. Perhaps even drawing negative habituated patterns of thought out of your mind. Inhaling and exhaling. And now what we'll do is, so I've kind of paused here, weights on the back foot. I'm going to have the palms open again, but what I'm going to do is come forward and draw universal energy, chi, and allow it to flow into me, replenishing and nourishing. So inhale, exhale. Right, you can perhaps imagine it as this kind of bathing in light. And again, noticing perhaps if a mantra arises, maybe, may I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be safe. And may I live with ease. And then step back, pause. Notice the quality of mind. And then inhale. Exhale, release the mudra again, turn the other foot out. So I'm doing my right. Step the left foot forward, and again, heel toe. Inhale. Exhale. Right, if you feel that you need to kind of spend more attention over one area or the other, please do. Right, because notice each organ has a different energetic quality. And then if you have the front foot, put the weight on the front foot again, and then we'll reverse it, right? So inhale. And exhale. You can even consider what you are doing is pouring infinite wisdom and compassion of the Buddhas into you. right? Literally pouring into the crown of the skull, nourishing your eyes, tongue, speech, heart, every cell of your body. Perhaps do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Step back. Draw the arms around again. And as you do this, as you're coming back into the Taiji Mudra and smoothing down the meridians of the subtle body, just notice what you notice. Perhaps they're very different from the beginning. And the hands come back. Connecting again to the spiritual needle. Perhaps it's a bit more fluid or easily found now. And then release the mudra, palms turn up and down. To the human. We'll come and sit to close out. I think my floor clock, I think, is running a little slow, so hopefully we're not lost. Oh, good. 12:01. How's everyone doing? Phyllis, I'm so glad you came back. Anna, how you doing?
Much better, much clearer. Just, I'm absolutely shattered. That's what it is. I'm physically shattered. Yeah, which is good. It's nice. So I'll watch a nice comfy film now and stuff my face.
Good. I feel much more aligned. Yeah. So thank you for joining me, everybody. Mary, I'll send you the tree link. Yeah, it's on Instagram. It takes too long to find it and put it in the thing, blah, blah, all that stuff. For those of you that are on Facebook, I am going to repost the fundraiser that I'm doing for Nachen. Hopefully I can get some more funds, and we're trying to feed everybody. 250 women-led households, so about 1,000 people. Trying to keep them alive for the next few months. So I'm going to post it on Facebook if you see it, and if you feel it's appropriate for you, please share. Yeah. May we all be happy and peaceful and safe and live with ease. So good to see you guys. I'll see you next week. Yeah.
Yes.